So when I came to my city, where God, that is the first apostolic mission God gave me, was to the campuses of Nigeria. I went around Nigeria 6 times in apostolic engagements, from campus to campus, preaching the gospel, people getting saved, baptized in the Holy Ghost, getting healed, getting delivered. So that was what, when I'm taking a flight, you think I'm going here, I'm going far, I'm speaking in tongues on the flight, speaking in tongues because I don't have time. The flight time is part of the prayer time. And when I hit the ground and I pick my bag, I don't greet anybody. I did that for 10 years, for 10 good years. From the time Jesus encountered me somewhere in the Middle East, that's the first time Jesus appeared to me, appeared to me. You may not have those encounters very frequently, but I have one. When Jesus came into my hotel room. It was in Dubai, in a hotel called Rahab Hotel, in a district called Deira, an area called Sabka. I'm giving you the details because I'm not hallucinating. It's practical hard facts. So Jesus came into my room. That was where he commissioned me to start going from campus to campus. So that was where I tested my weapons. When I did that for 10 years, because Jesus said to me that if I was faithful, he was going to open the gates of nations to me. So that was 2009 to 2019. On the 16th of August 2019, Jesus comes to me again. I didn't know that it will be for 10 years. This time he came in a vision. I was seeing him, but he was not physical. The first time it was physical. The second time was in a vision. And that was the first time Jesus began to tell me about leaving my job. Because, he told me that if I'm faithful, he'll open the gates of nations to me. So he told me in parables, I have come to set you free, so that where I am, there also will my servant be. That was what he said. So it took 1 year, because I told Jesus, I said, you don't speak to me in parables, you speak to me plainly. So if you're coming with parables, I'm going to wait for you to interpret it. Don't ever assume you know what he's saying and you take off like a tornado. It is not him you are serving. If you take off like a tornado, that's not obedience. Somebody ran to me the other day and said, yes, he had this dream, and because of that he went and resigned, and you are in the wilderness. That's where you are. Nobody sent you there. So I said, I will not move on a parable, and I remained. Then 1 year later, that was 2020, because he came to me in 2019. 2020, he came to me in August. That's 1 year. I did 3 days of fasting. I locked myself up, prayed in tongues for 3 days. He didn't talk to me. On the third day, I picked my bag. I was heading back to the office. And then while I was in the vehicle, he came into the vehicle and said, how are you? I said, when will your passport expire? I said, 28th of September 2020. He said, your job also expires that day. So that was why I put in my resignation 5th of October 2020. It was 10 years. I didn't call people. I know a lot of ministers. I didn't call anyone for invitation. He opened the doors to the nations because he said he would do so. Do you understand that? When I began to travel to the nations, that was when I started seeing the beasts of nations. I was doing very well. I was not seeing beasts until I started traveling from nation to nation. That was when I realized why I received the training that I received.